Hello. I just wanted to go over an interesting thing that I'm discovering on the East Coast. This is relatively new to me, but I want to show you some of these things. I think I sent this out to you all. Take a look at this if you haven't seen it. This is a failure on a project. I think it was in Massachusetts, not one of our jobs, but one of our clients who had some solar panels put on, and then they discovered a leak, and then they looked in the attic and they found this condition right here. So I found out from this on another job. I got a shop drawing here. I'm going to pull it up for you, and I think this is really interesting. This is a shop drawing from a manufactured home. I'll go up to the first sheets here. You can see a kind of a typical shot. So they have a floor plan and they have a roof framing plan and so on. Then they get into the details. Here's the end wall. So here's the layout right here. I'll blow it up for you. And here you can see the, I'll cloud it, this hinge connection right here, which failed. Also, I notice there's another hinge connection over here. Just going to copy it, pull it over. Right there, if you look closely, you can see another hinge connection. And apparently these projects are manufactured homes of some sort, and they have this hinge in here so that they can transport it more easily. And it comes in halves. You can see half here and then half up to the ridge, and the other half is down there. So here you'll see bearing walls or a beam right here at right below the ridge. So what I did, I wanted to show you this. This is underway. This detail I'm going to send to you once it's in CAD form. And the idea here is to be able to strengthen this this condition. And basically, this is for snow load. I think in sunshine load, it'd be a completely different thing. But this is basically a shear failure. So I talked to the engineer that does these trusses, and he was very helpful. And he did say that this gap here between these two different top chords shouldn't be more than 1 inch. Then you begin to get a failure. So I'm limiting it to 3/4 of 1 inch. So if you find this kind of a condition, they should measure it. If it's 3/4 of an inch or more, we want to strengthen it somehow. This is one way to do it. Basically, just 1/2 inch plywood both sides. Another way that I did, I have done it. And this is an interesting thing. If I can find this particular project, let's see here. It was one where we had that condition, but I solved it in a different way. Let's see if this is it. Yeah, this is it. So instead of putting that hinge connection repair, this project needed additional strengthening by the rafters in any case. I think this was the one. I don't quite remember. But here I added, you can see up here, add 2. And this is also the way I'm laying out some of these strengthening projects. Here my note is add 2 by 8 each side of the existing rafters that support the PV panels. See details this sheet. And up here, there was actually several conditions, AR1, AR3, and AR2, that have different horizontal spacing. So I put them all on the sheet here. And then here, these details are basically the same. They just occur more frequently depending on the spacing of the standoffs. So that's what I did on this one job. And then I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of this. So that's the hinge failure situation. Let's look at another couple of slides. Well, not slides, but projects here. This will show you what else I've been playing with. Here's one that where I did this detail here, which I don't really like, but I kind of tried it out. It's actually a photo. I'll blow it up a little bit more. That shows repair of the hinge, same concept, same problem. And this particular one, I needed to cut the span in half, basically this rafter span in half. So I used this strut detail. And again, I just placed that on the S1 sheet. And I'll show you what I have here in my comments in Adobe Acrobat under Stamp. I have, as you can see here, all the details. Double sister detail, I call it floating sister, where there's a 1'6" setback, a bearing. You have all these details, and added struts. So I can just click this and drop it in and shrink it down and place it in here. It seems to be working pretty good. And Tom has now lowered the stamp, so there's a little bit more room here also. So that's that. Let's see, I'll get rid of it here. And I wanted to show you one more before this video times out. Let's see, let's take a look at this one. Same idea, where I have a bearing sister condition and I cloud it. What I'm doing here is I'm also adding this note to all the other sheets that we stamp. I'll show you. I have a stamp here that says, it's way down here, my comment stamps list is getting long. It's, I call it strengthening required. So I just drop this into anywhere I have the stamp, except S1 sheet, because basically that's what's showing the condition. It says, note, strengthening required. See details on the S1 sheet. So I put that on the letter, on the calcs, and on the PV plans that I stamp. Okay, I appreciate it. We'll talk more later. Thank you.